Hello, everybody. This is William Hall Auto Interiors. What we're doing today is finishing up some stuff that we've been working on. It's a 97 Ford F-350 truck seat. It's just some stuff that we're doing here in the shop. We do auto interior work, and what we do is explain a little bit as we go. So let's get started. Okay. This is the part that we're working on right here. It's got comfort weave on it. You can look at it right there and tell. That's comfort weave. If I come in this year model trucks. Damn, I forgot to put
Do not disturb. You got my damn hurry.
yeah, I forgot to do not disturb. So we might get some phone calls. This is on this phone. We might get some. It rings a lot. So what we're gonna do is I will explain some stuff about the one that we was working on the other day. Here it is right here. We did go ahead and put it on. We showed a couple of clips on this seat. We went back and we changed this seat right here. And this part right here, all this right here is the same that we put on there. But this part right up here, and the headrest part, we had done it in a burgundy. And I'm gonna go ahead and correct some of the stuff, what we was doing on here. This material right here that we was using, hold on. This material right here, this is what we was putting on it. And I don't know if you can look at it and tell, but we did go back and change that. And we changed it to this right here. It still matched the inside. But this material right here, if you look close, maybe I can get you where you can see it. It's smooth, it's slick right in here. And then the grain comes back to it over here. And then it gets like some spots in it that's like slick. I don't know what the deal was with that material. It had a kind of a funny looking backing on it too. But I took this part right here off. Them was some patterns that we had stuck on there. And we changed it and put this right here on there. This is a little bit lighter, but it still went with it. And some other things about this seat patterns that we was putting on here was some of them was a little bit, we had to change them just a little bit because they were, when you pull a seat cover off that's stretched on there, and when you pull it off, that seat cover will start shrinking. And when it does, you're going to come up a little short whenever you do your patterns. That's just a thing that happens whenever you do seat covers, boat seats, and stuff like that. It happens. So we can't help it, but it does happen. So this one right here, we're going to start taking it apart. Some pieces on it look like they're going to have to be cleaned up. He was talking about this part right here was the lumbar. He didn't think it worked, but we hooked it up to a battery charger, and it did work. And it looked like it done pretty good. Wesley's going to take these, and he may have to dunk them or whatever, or clean them just a little bit. I think the other one was in the truck. The carpet on here looks like it's seen some better days. He has a thing that operates the dunk body. It's like a box. And you can tell where it's kind of been sitting up in here. But the first thing we're going to do, you know, the bottom is easier to do than the backrest on these seats. So, I don't know if that knife is very sharp, but we're going to start taking it apart. And we're just going to come right in here. It's easier for me to take them apart whenever they on the seat like this. It's like, you know what I mean, it's anchored down so I can pull it and it don't pull again. It's just easier. Got a bunch of sand in here. I don't know what went through here, but whatever it was, pretty nasty. You can tell that right there's had a patch put on it. I don't know, I may have done it. You know, sometimes the customer comes out here and says, hey, that's broke, can you fix it? So whenever we put pieces in here, patches, we try to patch it all. And like on that other seat, we tried to make it look a little bit better. We did change it. We had put the burgundy on there, and we changed it, put the silver back on there like this. I think it just looks better. This is just like taking your knife and going down through the dirt with it. For real, it is. Okay. So all we do is just going around here taking it apart. And these patterns right here don't look too bad. They look like they'll work. We ain't leave nothing out. This is just some scratch, just like we're just starting on it here in the shop. When the dull knife gets dull like this, where you can just put your finger on it, it's just like you're doing nothing. That may be why I keep two knives in my pocket, because it just won't even cut it apart. Weston just pull his out. Where is Donnie Designate when you need him? Ain't it right, Wes? That's the King of Plaid up in Commerce, Georgia. We did lay some carpet out to put new carpet on here. That's the only exception to the rule. All right. It's got these little things up here in the front. That's to put your seat belts.
That's the cup.
No, cup holder. Yeah. That's had a little cup holder on it, but he's got something in there already, so I guess he ain't gonna use it. Dang. I believe somebody peed on that. That's rusty. Let me see if I can find another video with.
Just you have to swap the battery.
sometimes the drill don't work as good as this little hammer wrench. You hear it's got that little hammer in there. Keep all the nuts and bolts in the same spot. This does look like it's got a clip on it that you can take and pull this right here out right here. Like that. And come over here.
It's too dark. I
We
can't.
got, hey Butch.
Hey girls, how y'all doing?
Hey, Butch.
What you doing, Butch?
Not too much. Oh, we doing a video?
Yeah.
Yeah. What you got going on?
I want you to look at this interior on this old work truck of mine.
All right.
So you got a promotion. You ain't had to do anything but film now.
Shit. On the
We
certain
film,
times.
yeah, we film every now and then. We need somebody in here that can help us and tell us what that we need to do.
Well, that ain't me. I'll tell you what to do, but I can't tell you what to do. You got to.
Oh, you're not in it.
He got it zeroed down.
I left it on this end of the.
All right, well, we got that much right there done. All we do is just taking this apart.
Because now when I'm supposed to step in and tell everybody that he's lying to him.
Sure.
Yeah. Tell them, Bud. We're not going to teach them all the secrets, are we, Bud?
No.
Give them that secret, Wes.
But you doing right, buddy?
I'm doing good. Give him just a few minutes. Like I say, we are a working shop and have customers and phone calls that happen throughout the day. Hey, Philip. Hope you're doing good today.
All right. We got anybody left? We got anybody still in here?
They all left.
Did they?
They said they were tired of waiting on you, Wigan Hall.
Hey, there you go. There you go, y'all. All right, so we're gonna come in here, take these right here apart.
The weather's good here. Besides, it's getting a little warm today. I cut that loose. It's off the thing. The hog rings.
Yeah. Hey, it feels good out there today. To me. Wesley don't like it. But
I know they probably can't see it, but I saw the dirt fall out of that when you were cutting it.
I'm telling you, it's rough. This material is really, really tough. Come on, get off of there. That bush boy. It's yeah, you can take it, hang that, do like that, dirt just fall out of it. Look how bad that's mashed down right there from that piece. I don't know what that is in here, but whatever it is really, really dirty. Man.
I don't know if it's oil, grease. I don't know. Soda. I don't
Man.
know. It's just.
Let's see if I can smell it. Damn. There ain't no telling.
Hope nobody had urinated on the seat.
Yeah, we don't, I mean.
I don't get paid enough to sniff the foam, so I had to do
didn't
that.
touch it. I was just trying to smell it. I wasn't trying to see if it was beans or something like that in there. We got the steamer back here.
Mm-hmm. Is it still plugged up?
Hey, if it was 100-degree day, nah, we plugged that charger up. What we're gonna do, we'll unplug it. Just right here.
You want to flip this over?
It didn't have a strap on it, the original. So this strap right here was put on there. Last time it was covered. Most of the time they have a little cable that comes up there. But this one had a strap put on it.
Now, is that for the back seat or is that for the console?
Where at?
That strap you were talking about
That's for the back seat.
to keep it.
It don't have one for the console. That right there. Pretty nasty right in there. I don't know, Wesley. I don't know what that is.
I just know that there's a bunch of oil and stuff in the truck, so
I don't know. I don't want to stick it on that new seat cover. But what we're gonna do is we'll just throw that down. Take this boxing right here off.
you want to turn that over?
Yeah. Let me stick that through there. So we got that much off. I wonder what happened to my.
It's probably in the floor.
There it is. Man. That little spring right here is strong. Alright, so these tracks right here look like they're a little rusty. We might hit them with the blaster. We might. I always want to check out this right here has been broke. You can tell that's been broke before, and that bar right here was put in here. See, that bar was put in. So we're gonna look at all this, make sure that the springs is still intact. Make sure that they ain't no broke ones in there. So all that still looks like it's pretty decent. Where's the cutters at, Wes? We do need to cut this.
They're right there behind you on the table, right there.
Okay. All right, so we'll turn this over. And cut these piece of welt cord off where it was anchored down to the seat. Matter of fact, they anchor them down like that from the factory. It don't want me to get it. It does not want me to do it. That's a good sign that it was on there real good, ain't it? Okay. Okay, all that right there is still holding up. So, and we checked this right here. That pump, it does work, and it does blow air out for the airbag. What I think it was I think that it was like leaking, like right here, how this piece right here come off. Right here, I'm thinking I might need to put something on there, like a maybe just a little bit of silicone or something on there. Because when he pumps that up, he said it's leaking down, so he thinks it had a hole in it. And we checked the bags in the seat right here, and they didn't have a hole in them.
Philip, I've been helping him for about 8 years now. Had to take a couple of years off to take care of my mother, but he's put up with me that long.
He can pretty much tell what I'm gonna ask for next. He's been here that long.
Oh, I forgot the stain. Hold on.
So what you want to do is come up here, just like this, and go ahead and cut your plastics off. There's so much dirt in the seat, you got to have something to sharpen with all the time. You can actually take that and just cut it with some scissors like this, just right on the line, and just add a little bit to it. It don't have to be cut apart every time. Not on those pieces. That's gonna take some purple power or something. That really looks pretty bad. And this piece of carpet looks pretty bad. This shit's getting all over my hand. So we're just gonna take this and mark it. Put this piece of carpet up here.
Wrong one.
That's it. Okay. That was the piece that we were straightening up.
It was just a piece rolled up on it.
Yeah. Maybe we can put this up here without tearing. Making it so dirty that we might have to take something to stick on. Alright, so we're done with that piece of carpet. We're gonna punch these holes in.
The hammer is.
Is it up here? Probably not.
It's got to be out here somewhere. Here it is.
sleeves for Wesley. That was a little bit big, wasn't it? Some of them was a little bit bigger than the other ones. Want to make sure that that is level all the way down. It's 6 1/8. 6 1/8. One thing we want to do is, I noticed this is just a piece of carpet. We always try to take it and put a little piece behind it just to make it a little more reinforced than what it is. I thought we had some short pieces.
What short piece? What do you cut?
Just a piece of vinyl to go behind it.
Right where you were at on the floor, that's where the shorter pieces are.
Yeah.
I rolled up right there.
We do try to save some of these short pieces like this, just for stuff like this. I'm just gonna throw this together, and then I'm gonna glue it to that piece of carpet. Even though this carpet was like really filthy, this right here keeps anything from going back through it. So, and it makes it where it don't cut through the carpet as easy when it's got on that raw metal. so it don't hurt to it don't hurt to put a little reinforcement on this carpet right here. It don't really matter if I get some excess glue on this because it's going to be on the inside of the seat. Everything's going to matter. Come on, man. A lot of people don't realize when gas prices go up, vinyl goes up. I had a guy come in here and sold me that 5-gallon can of glue that was 40 bucks. He said, go ahead and buy you up some because it's fixing to go up. All right. Punch them holes on through. These are the pieces that comes through the back of the seat to pump up that. Pumps up that lumbar. All right, so the carpet, this piece of carpet takes this piece of plastic, he's washing it. So takes a piece of plastic and this right here be going on the seat at the very back. Those that don't know, this is called the box and it goes around the front part of the seat. This piece right here and this piece are two different pieces, so this has been replaced. This side and the driver's side is the same. I'd have been in a lot bigger hurry. I'd have went on and glued some headliner on it. See stuff.
Where's the rest of the plastic pieces that was up here?
Right here.
Trying to clean.
Yeah.
The other ones will have to float.
I figured you was outside. Did you get it clean?
I'm working on that.
Uh, All right, so we got this much of our boxing done right here. I am gonna put a piece of headliner on it, 1/4 inch pad, whatever you want to call it. I'm gonna put that on there. Gonna make this a little wide. Always come in the center. Mark the center mark. So we got the boxing cut out. So normally I use some scrap headliner. At the moment, we don't have a whole bunch of scrap headliner, but sometimes you just got to do with what you got, you know. So we're gonna do this right here out of some good headliner. Just like that. We don't like to use the #1 headliner, but what else can you do? I always try to lay my pieces out like this. Then you spray it and you can tell pretty much where you're at. Hold your gun a long ways off like this, and when you spray it, that glue will stick to the edge right there to where it won't blow back up as easy. So I hold my gun tight. Take your pieces off. You know, you can still see the outline of where your pieces were, so you know exactly where they're sticking. I don't know if you can see them like that, but you can tell right here, you can tell where the outline is of where the pieces were. So all you got to do is stick them right back in the same spot, just like this. You know, where this piece was, so now this piece goes in the opposite direction, like that. Because they were sprayed backwards before. Just like that. Take your piece right here and just line it up right where it was. Just like that. And then you take the front piece of the box and you line it up. And put it back up. We save different pieces if it's big enough like to use on something else. We'll save it. Like this piece right here, it might be big enough to go over something. If it's too small, we just chunk it. But sometimes you never know how much a small piece, and if you don't have it, then you got to cut it off of a roll. If I'd have done this with the headliner already glued to it and traced it all out, then I would only have to cut this out one time. would have made the job a whole lot faster. Wesley's out there washing them plastics, making sure that they're pretty clean. All right, so we got all the boxing done. All we need to do is now is sew these pieces right here together. And if you look right here where it was sewed, all it was just sewed together. It didn't have no top stitch on it. It didn't have none of that. All it had was just just sewed together a seam. So we're gonna get right here, right there. When I sew a piece of burgundy together like that, even though that stitch right here supposedly not seamed, I think that it's best to sew it together with the same color thread that it had. So I'm putting the bobbin in that matches. I'm probably going to be swapping these back and forth a little bit. All I'm going to do is take these and I can look at this right here and tell that the top part at the very top is going to be a little wider than the bottom. So I'm going to trim this right here just a tad. Make sure that they're just exactly alike. All right. And we're going to sew this boxing together. I'm gonna have to wind up a little bit of silver thread. Because they got to do a little bit of sewing on that bottom, on the cushion part. That plastic's about dry wet.
It will be just wipe them off. Just wipe them off. I got the seatbelts through there outside drying.
Huh?
I got the seatbelts there outside drying.
Okay.
Yeah, you talking about dirt?
Did they come halfway clean?
They're better. They were cake full of them.
I think my light's getting dull. That trucker used to be real bright. Right there. So while we're waiting on the plastic to dry, you always need to be doing something and just keep moving. So what we're gonna do now is come over here and I'm gonna start cutting out some of that bottom. We still got some patterns and stuff to cut out. This is a piece the other day that I done from another video. That whenever we was working on the backrest. Man, that joker is heavy, man. It is like heavy.
That's wider than what we had cut, too.
That's dirt. Huh? No, I got to cut another piece for the front. Remember, we was gonna make it in like a vinyl. I changed it.
Well, there's plenty of dirt in it.
What the hell? What is that? It come off of this seat.
There's oil, all kinds of stuff on the seat belts and all. I don't know. It's a work truck.
Man. If you rode in this with some white clothes on, it'd be everywhere with it. That is heavy.
Did you answer any of the questions while I was outside?
I ain't answered none. I was over there doing that.
Okay, well, I'm fixing to go back through them. Mark from Tennessee asked if we got through with the back seat that we were doing yesterday.
We did.
At the first of the video, he went over and told you what he had changed. And yes, we did finish that seat this morning.
And we had to change it up too now. So I will go over to try to tell what all we did change on.
But like I said, the first little bit of the video, he showed and talked about what he had changed.
Yeah. I'll go back over. We had to take that thing off and take it back apart. The vinyl that we used on it was screwed up. It's like the more we got looking at it, it didn't do right. It was like crazy on how it looked.
Yeah, when gas prices going up, all our materials go up.
It's petroleum based. Vinyl is a petroleum based product.
Well, foam's the same way. I mean, most all of our products, glue, everything's petroleum based.
And it's a salesman come by here yesterday.
Yeah.
And he said, "Get ready, it's going up." What did he say? A 17% increase.
17 or 18% increase is what the supplier gave him, and he's the wholesaler.
Yeah. So I mean, we can expect it's going. It's gonna go up. Once I cut this out, I'll take it, put it face to face, and make it all one piece. I will turn it over and make sure that this is going to work out. But like this. That ain't gonna work out. That line right there will. What was it we done on that bottom? Basically, it just looked, on that back rest. It just looked like it was like coming off. It was the glue part, wasn't it?
Well, there were several issues with that.
Huh?
The way it looked, and it was too big in areas. And
remember, the glue, whenever we put that on there, it's like the glue didn't like stick it or something. Like this part right here. Remember, it was like it wasn't glued real well. Alright, so what we're gonna do is go ahead and sew one of these, cut it out. We'll sew both of them and just cut both of them out at the same time. One of them's a little bigger because I didn't trim it. It would have looked a lot better if it had more lines in it than that. The two lines, it came that way from the factory. I thought it would have looked better if it had them about 2 inches apart, but it did. So at the front part, that's where the anchor was, wasn't it? All right, so we're gonna take and cut these right here out. And lay this piece up here, like not like that. This piece right here, up here, like this. Line up all your seams where they were. I don't know if you can see that, but I think they make some markers that's a whole lot better than this. All right, so that's all it is to it. And they cut away.
See if that one works.
Got one of this little tab bigger. Hand me that
Tad
blue
bigger?
one. Yeah. All right, so that's all that is to it. Is just to cut just some holes out. Take your other piece like this right here. Match it up. Match all your lines up right here. All right, whenever you get it cut out just like this, to lock these stitches in. See, because I cut these stitches where I back stitch and stuff like that. You want to come back over here to the sewing machine, or I do. I mean, I used to do it all the time, but just take it and sew around it, just like that. Just like this. If you wanted to, you could back stitch over it right there where the seam meets. You know that right there's got a guard that goes over. So I mean that's all we're gonna do is just put a guard over. All I did was just stitch around it like that. And that's over with right there. So that piece right there, once I sew the front part on it, I can start sewing these pieces together. And I was gonna make that center part of the seat out of vinyl, but I think I'm gonna change. I think I'm gonna change my mind and make it out of this right here because it's a work truck and it's a lot tougher than that vinyl, and it's heavier weight too. We want to make these videos, but I'm telling you, sometimes I'm just gonna cut that hole. Let's go ahead and go around. People's waiting on us when we get here at 9 o'clock. So we'll punch that hole right there. Right there. There we go. So we got two pieces just alike. All we got to do now is cut this front part right here out, this part, and the center part. I can't believe how heavy that is, Wes. I can keep talking about it. This is the center part right here. We got to cut out two of these and two of these. I mean, it won't take us long, but the thing about this is it's got to go a certain way, you know. So because of the grain on it, I can't turn it this way or this way or upside down. It'll stick out and show up. I think what I'm gonna do is just cut it out like this right here. That way I can just cut me out a couple of them and glue it and then cut them out. And I got to cut it out for one time. That just seems like it would speed up the process. I don't know what we're gonna have in this seat bed. trying to see what I can get the less waste out of. I think it's gonna be like this, maybe. Okay. I think that'll probably be the least. We use this wellwood glue at spray this with, and just to let you know about wellwood glue, the more yellow it is, like richer yellow. If it's bright yellow, it's probably pretty fresh. If it's a dark, the darker it gets, the older it is, and the older it is, the more chemicals separates into the can. So whenever you're putting this glue on, and it won't dry, and it won't dry, and it won't dry like that, because this glue right here, oh, we've had to throw a bunch of cans of glue away. Like, throw them away. Like, it'd be maybe not the whole can, but like half the can. Or a quarter of the can. Didn't you throw away one last week, Wes? I mean, we were using out of it, but the crap wouldn't dry. It didn't want to act right. It was doing like Danny Hodge was. It wanted to do its own thing. We do have to let that dry to a certain extent. So we got this piece right here, and we got this piece right here. We got to trace them out. You can see that was an anchor point right there, so I will mark that whenever we start doing the seat. That way when I sew it on, we'll know that's where it anchors. You look back there, I'm up here doing this, you see Wesley back there? He's steaming. He's steaming that doggone seat, trying to bring it, what little bit of life it might have left in it. He's trying to bring it back. Plenty of dirt. He putting a noggin on its head, ain't he? Watch it. Watch it raise up. See it coming back. It makes a big difference in how well that cover fits. Well, that whole piece right there has been cut off before, and just replace that whole side. It would be nice if we had some more foam to go in it. You know what that looks like right there, Weston? Velcro, like it was Velcroed.
It was. It had some on the cover.
Man, we need to line that up. I bet that went right on that seam, didn't it?
Yeah.
We need to put that Velcro back because that right there holds the seat down.
Got an anchor
Check
up
this
front.
out. You see how it's like rounded right there? You see how it's rounded? That Velcro really has a big deal. I don't know if it's gonna bring that, whatever that is. All right, now since hold on.
Since you know I wasn't goofing off sitting back here.
Yeah, look at that. Man, that right there is really in bad. It's like really swoped down into there. Ain't it? Just to let you know, it does take a little while to steam some of this stuff, especially when the steamer see down there, the red light ain't on. It ain't coming out too good when, there it comes. It come back on. Now it's coming out like it's supposed to. It don't matter how bad you are. That steam right there is batter. I don't care who it is. Okay, now we're fitting to come up here, being as we done looked at the foam. We got to come up here and stick this right here back in place. Can't wait too long. All right, so we'll stick these pieces back. There we go. All right, now we'll cut out the pieces that we need right here. Which is this piece right here. We need this. We want to make sure that that grain right there is going right. And that right there is the right way. So this, sometimes you need to keep up with that right there about how that grain goes. Come right here. Just like that. Just like that, and just cut your pattern out. If you've ever wondered exactly how long it takes to cover a bottom, this is it, because you know it's unedited. So get the unedited version right here, and that's how long this is how long it's gonna take, unless you're really, really, really fast. Had to make sure what line to cut. I was on the line that I draw to separate the material. Alright, so we looked at the pattern a while ago, and the pattern showed on the seat foam, right here on this seam right here, it needed to have Velcro on it. Alright, so here we go. We're just going to take this Velcro here, half it, spray a few lines of glue on it. I do want that glue pretty good. Alright, so while this glue right here is drying, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come right over here and I'm gonna sew around these two pieces. Just so they're sewed around. You don't have, a lot of people don't do this right here, but I always sew around it. I mean, everybody does their own thing, I guess. We do have some original welt that we're going to put on this seat. Alright, so when we get the other back over here, this right here has got to have a little bit of list sewed on there. I don't know what was about that long.
I don't know if it was that long.
I do know when I ordered this, they only had it in like 2 inch. Yeah. I used to could get it in a whole lot shorter, like maybe 1.25 inches or something. But this makes us have to trim it right here whenever we get it like that. It looked like it was real short listing because the wire is sitting pretty much on top of the foam rub line.
It's got a trough it sits in.
Wait till you see that. All right, so there's my listing. When I get these pieces right here glued on, all I'm gonna do is just take them, line them up, and just glue them just like that right there, right into place. Okay, so now we got the Velcro on. Come on. And it's gonna fit just like this. And all I'm gonna do is sew this listing on there to anchor it to it. So all I'm gonna do is just line this up, maybe halfway, like that, right in between this line and this line, like that. So probably about like this. So now we got this much of the seat done, and all we had to do is put that center piece in here, which is going to be pretty simple. This is some really good material right here. To the edge right there to make that lay down like this. So whenever I sew this listing on there, it'll be laying down pretty easy for me to sew it. Okay, so this is the other side of the seat. And I'm gonna cut the center piece out, and we're gonna sew this piece in pretty quick, and then sew the tail right here, which has got carpet on it. We're gonna sew it on there. Then the box right here. So, and we'll go from there. I might put, I might not. I was gonna say I might put a hole in that. Sometimes when you put that boxing on, if you go ahead and put a hole in there for that stop to stick through, up front. just getting the lines lined up. Sometimes it's easier to do with this than a stretch pattern. Come right here, mark it. Take your ruler. Time to sew this piece right here in. Let's just sew around it real quick. Alright, so now all I'm going to do is take this piece right here, and we're going to put them all together. Just like this. Oh yeah, if you need to mark it, just say you need to mark it to get to this point where it's not over. Just take you some marks and stick it up there and mark it. Before you take the seat cover apart, just go in there and mark it and everything. And that way you can keep up with it. You know, when you're learning how to do something, you don't, back when I started, now I know it was bad then, but doggone, you sure don't want to make no mistake now. Not with what things cost now. So, yeah, take your time, mark it. So there's the seat right there. Before we put it on, what do you do? What do you do with it? Take it back
I would
there.
go back there and try to see if it fits.
Yeah, you go back there and you put it on and you make sure everything lines up.
And you chase William Hall around the shop.
Yeah, right. All right, so here we go. You stick it up here. He blowed that out. Now that is a little wider than what the pattern is. He blowed that out. That right there is a little wider than what the pattern is. But once we stretch it, it's probably going to be wider. This right here, all this right here, all the Velcro and stuff like that, it lined up because it's already done started pulling some of it up. We need to glue that right there down, right here. Right. maybe a little bit right there, but definitely right there. And we'll cover all this ugly right here up.
But the pattern fit.
The pattern does fit. Get them hog rings out of there. I don't think they go nowhere, but I mean, we do want to get them out. Damn. Some of these things don't want to leave. That one ain't fit. It's just in there.
The cutters are up front.
Yeah, it's all right. All right, so we're gonna take and pull the trim rings off. After we're gonna pull them off anyway. I'll show you how to get these off right here. That's kind of old school nowadays, but they is pretty good. You take this right here, it's smooth on one side right here. It's still got the burrs right in here, but it is slick right in here. So what you do is you take your screwdriver, you stick it in here like this. You take your screwdriver and you stick it in here like this. Come on. They have been known to break. Well, that one had a barb all the way around it. Normally, they are slick on one side. That looks pretty bad. Look at there. That even had, I put that on there.
Here's the other one. Your 50-pound thing of dirt.
Yeah. It's got 50 pounds of dirt in it for sure. Look, we need to take that out.
The other one's on the table over there, and it's kind of in there too.
Okay, so we got this much right here. That's done. That's done. We got this right here done. We'll have to spray these right here. They had to let them soak. So the next thing is to come right here and put the tail on here, which is the piece of carpet. Ain't these holes right here? Let me look. Okay, this is the way it goes. Yeah, these holes right here is a little low. What about my piece of plastic Wesley that goes across there?
They're under the phone.
Okay. All right. We got Wesley jumping around here. We're gonna take and put that foot like this on there. All right. This. We're gonna take this cordon foot off. It's got that little notch in it right here. And I got one right here that's flat. So we're gonna put it on there. When you get in the upholstery business, get used to this. You're gonna be doing a bunch of this. For different applications, just gonna have to. got some sewing machines that I ain't never showed on YouTube. Wesley got me hooked up.
That's the back piece. And it's better. It was awful.
Yeah, yeah, he did get it. He did do an amazing job on cleaning this plastic cup. Okay, that looks. What I'm doing is just gauging from here on this end, from here on this end, and just lining that right there up. I could fold the plastic, fold that, put it in the middle, but I can look at that right there and tell that that's where it needs to be. So they did line up. I mean, it's the same distance from right here to the plastic, from right here to the plastic. So it is the same distance. We're gonna come right here. So this, it's called a tail, back of the seat. Did that other piece have a top stitch on it, Wes? That we cut off?
I don't think it did.
Man. Pick that up right over there. Yeah. Okay. All right, so here's the welt cord that we're gonna put on there. It's gray. We're gonna go back around and catch it on the spring, so I'm gonna make it a little long. I could roll it off the spool, but I ain't gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it like this. I stuck that up there right in the way. Let me go ahead and sew that plastic on while I got this foot on here. Didn't Randall mark them pieces while he was out here?
Yeah, he did, wherever they're at.
They're right over there. See them on there?
Yeah.
That's the side piece right there.
Hand me that other base that was on here. You know, this one. This one matches this. Good. Okay. So right here. All you do is just mark where that plastic was. The guy that does it supposed to want to come out here, and I watched him do this whenever he come out here. That one I marked already. Right there and right there. You just take your plastic up here. I wish I had a foot that had it on this side. I might make one. Sometimes you need to get up close to something and it's like you can't get up close enough.
What's the foot you're using again? What's it called? What'd you call
This
it?
is just a the foot that I normally use is called a cordon foot for sewing on wet cord. But this foot right here is it's just a narrow foot that I use to sew on this plastic. And I broke a couple of them. And I've blown some out.
Long them out and they broke them.
They broke. Yeah. These right here, this foot, show them that way. That foot right there is for sewing a French seam. And some people like them. Some people don't. It takes a little bit of time to change these feet around like that, you know. And once you get used to it, you can make a pretty nice looking scene without having to change it. All I did was just fold that up under him, that edge right there. And now it's time to, and I loaned one of them out, and he broke it. So there you go. We need a major cleanup right here. Okay, I'm gonna take this, throw it over there, and hopefully in just a few minutes we'll put this cover right here on it. See what happens. And that's about it right there. I'm gonna change the feet. I change these feet out so often that I just keep them really right here handy. You see I'm putting the needle through the hole, making sure that I got it lined up just right. Always start your screw by hand.
Sure.
Yeah. We did have a friend out here, everything was screws, not a screw. Got so much material stacked on the table we can't even sew up here anymore. We ain't had time to stop and put it up. When somebody comes in with a quick job, we just jump on it and don't stop. You know, we just keep going. But we definitely need to put some of this up, don't we?
screwdriver, Bobby.
I'm out. Or did I break the thread?
Oh, I don't know. Something ain't right.
I'm out. I knew it was gonna take a couple of bottles when we started. So that is. That's a hit your camera with.
You do. It ain't no worse than me moving it around.
What's going on? Have I got that? That's fine, dude.
Coming off the spool right over it looks like it's taut.
Right. Sometimes when you undo your thread and you take it out of the bag, it's in a bag. If you take that thread and just cut a little hole in the bag and just wind it out of the bag, it won't tangle up as easy. But what am I gonna do? Look at that. Man, what's happening? Ever since I changed that right there.
There ain't a burr on the needle, is it?
I don't feel no burr.
It didn't like sewing on the seat yesterday.
The current show didn't do it.
I broke several needles.
Yeah, on that last one. Yeah. Wesley's gonna spray that piece of Velcro down for me right there. Alright, so what I do is I just fold it right here, fine halfway, right here. Put me a little V in it. This right here has already got a mark on it, right here, halfway. So, to make it line up right, this mark needs to be in the center. And if you need to mark it all the way around it, like go around it like this right here and mark it a little along, might not be a bad idea. just take your pen, like, just put you some reference marks, like right here. There's your seam right there. Just mark it right there. You know that's where the seam is, and go all the way around. We got so much doggone stuff up here on my table, on my sewing machine table, I can't even hardly work. And right with.
You wouldn't know how to sew with a clean table with.
Yeah. I wouldn't know how to do it. Cause them legs, they follow me, ain't they? Always make sure that whenever you get up to that point, that your center point right here, the center mark is lined up. It needs to be right directly above that bead. Wesley,
Yeah.
hold that right there back.
Yes, sir.
Or either just throw that stuff over there. Okay, this piece right here had a hole in it. The thing is sometimes you don't know where that hole, with this new cover, you don't know exactly where that hole's gonna be at. That's why I waited to put it in there. Now we're gonna put these grommets in there. Wesley then clean them up. It would be better if we had some gray ones.
Cause the cover's gray.
But the boxing is burgundy. Guess it'll be all right. Okay. Now it's time to take this over there to the phone. See what happens. All right. Wesley's gonna got that glued down. So. First thing we're gonna do is put these little pieces of wire. Did we ever cut the other one off?
It's right here.
You might have to cut it out, huh? All right, so he's done got that piece of wire out. All we're gonna do is just put this piece of wire back in here. All right. Is it on? Is it in the right place?
I'll check it because I just threw it up there trying to let it dry.
It looks like it's in the right place. Oh, we're gonna line these up. Marks right in the center right here. I don't know if you can see that.
Hold on. I'm coming.
You see these grooves right here? And there's our line up places where that centerpiece went. We're gonna come right here. Grab that wire. Go down in there. Grab that wire down into the foam. Maybe we'll put one in the center. Just like that. So now we'll come over here, hold this one back. Go down in there and grab that wire. And put that anchor in there. Just like that. All right, now since Wesley put that piece in there, that piece of Velcro, we need to line that up. You see that Velcro right there. Should look like you come across Noah's Ark. Pretty old looking. What's on that seat? And the only other thing is to take and turn the seat around like this and find out where that mark right there is. It looks like it's right in here.
Scissors, you want what?
Probably maybe some scissors. A lot of times if you just take and cut a hole, like a little hole, then you can go back and trim it. I'm just gonna cut a little hole. If I have to, I can go back and trim it. So that's just a small hole. and that's kind of the way you want it. You don't want a big old hole. They put a big one in there like that from the factory, and it's just a real big old unsightly hole. Looks like shit. I mean, it just looks bad. Sorry about that. Okay. So I'll just cut another little hole right in here. Okay. The next step to doing this seat right here is to turn it over and put the plastics back on here like this, and run the hose, these hoses, through these holes like this. Before I can get it through there. Like that. If I can get it through there, Wes. There you go. This plastic right here actually needs to be fairly tight. That right there needs to turn because it's got to go forward. Center part, and it had a little groove right there. We'll take these pieces. Notice that I did not cut a hole in here either. Right here, where these air things go.
The lumbar.
Yeah. I didn't cut a hole in there because sometimes you don't know exactly where that hole's gonna line up. So you see how tight it is? We need to make sure that we get it pretty tight. And after you get this seat on here like this, that's when you figure out where that hole is going to be at. Okay. Now since we got that on, we're going to come back just like they did at the factory. We're going to come right here. We're going to fold this under to where it's not seen from the outside. We're going to come just like this. And I'm going to hog ring this piece on there, just like that. Just like that. And this one over here is done the same way. Yeah. What's that? Uh-oh. I hope that didn't ride on. Wow. Okay. When you do these right here, what I normally do is just push it in where I can tell where it's at. And most of the time, I'll just cut an X. Just like that. Or I can stick this through here, like this. This right here, he was complaining about, he said that it's leaking down. Now that could just be stretched, because that's open right there. So yeah, what I'm gonna do is just take and cut a little bit of that right there off, right here, and make the hole tighter. And that one felt like it was on there real good. But this one felt like it was, that's real tight now. So hopefully that ain't gonna leak. Wasn't that thing going down like that? Or should it have been going up like that? I think it should have been going up.
Like you got it there.
Yeah. Ain't that right?
Was that somebody?
Hey, it won't go but one way because that notch is on there. Just like that.
Hey, Jane.
Hey, Jane. Are we mighty close with it?
She said she was late to the game. She just started tuning in.
Might have to have a pick. Sometimes I just can't find it. Without a pick. Okay. We got that one. We'll cut this piece over here off. Make it tighter. That very well could have been worth the leak. He said it wouldn't hold no air. So.
Well, it don't take much. I mean, it will leak down.
got that much done. Do we need to spray them doggone tracks off? They look horrible.
You said you were gonna hit them with the sandblaster and all that.
Yeah,
And
I'm just
paint.
gonna hit them with the sandblaster, and they ain't really got to be painted. They never was painted before. So what we're gonna do is just hit them, and we're gonna do this right here, and we'll stick the seat together. All right. Yeah. Hey, it won't take me but just what, a minute or two?
It takes longer to get everything together than get that little track.
This is where the arm of the seat goes on here, right here. All it needs is enough to get the bolt through it. Just make sure that you know exactly which. There's holes in the frame sometimes you don't want to just feel on the outside without making positively sure that's where the bolt is. Be bad to have to take this thing back apart. Wes was getting me hooked up. And then we'll put the bolts in here. And take me about maybe a couple of minutes. The tracks was like really rusty. So you know how it is when it's all that rust is on there. I guess Wesley will undo the phone and go out there. It won't take but just a minute. When you're sandblasting, you want to make sure that you got a hood like this, because when you see that little glittery looking stuff in the air, that means that that's silicosis. If you breathe that stuff in, I was told it don't never come out. This piece right here, I'm just gonna come in here and stick this piece of wire in here. And then work it back up into the springs right here. Like that. And all it was holding was that piece of cardboard.
Get these two when you're out there at 65.
What is it? What is it, Wes?
The track, that's 65.
Not yet. I was looking for a zip tie to go on this thing, but when you got grand boys, they think your stuff belongs to them. And I'm telling you, when they get their hands on it, you don't get it back. I had a whole bunch of zip ties, and I can't even find one. So Wes is gonna bring the camera out there.
I ain't ready yet. I'm still dragging hoses out there.
All right, here you go. I get this hose. Bam, real. I'll probably be getting a call on that phone now. I don't know if you can tell how rusty these are, but they really look pretty bad. So when they really rusty like that, I think that they, you can take a wire brush or something like that and go over them.
That's just not the William Hall way.
No, it ain't. It just ain't. I mean, I would do it if that's all I had.
You hit the wrong handle.
Turn the wrong one.
Yeah.
Man, I'm ready to get out of there. Reckon what to just prime them, Wes?
You got any of that cast playing with it?
I don't know what's there. Most of the time I paint them with like metal cast or something like that, just don't want them rusty, you know. That's the deal.
Well, I've looked. I didn't see it in the thing. You used to have two different colors. We had a light and a dark.
I don't know if it's enough. It might be. Whew. Man, back like kind of new looking. All right, so Wesley's got some of the plastics. All we're gonna do is just bolt these right here on and put that seat together and see how it looks. I mean, I think it's gonna look decent, but for a work truck. All right, there's these pieces.
Well, that's the track.
Yeah.
I was getting stuff to bolt with seat together.
Let me go get the track.
And we can put tracks on last.
Huh?
We can put tracks on last
Let's
and let them dry. Because I don't want paint smeared on them.
let's see what's the next part
Then
then.
to flip that over and bring that back up here and put the
I need to put these pieces in for that cup holder. I don't think he's gonna ever use that cup holder. What you think?
I have no idea.
It ain't in the truck. He's got all kind of stuff up there in the front, don't he? We can put them on anytime.
We can always ask him.
Okay. Once you got your washers west, it goes in between.
Down on my side, the other one down there in between.
Okay. I'm just gonna hold my side. Always make sure you put that washer in between that seat arm. When that washer's on there, it keeps a space like that right there. So that arm right there's got enough room to move. That's cool with him?
Couple threads there.
I don't know what happened.
I need the socket off of that because mine's not. So
Whatever right there's the wrong socket.
what's your name is on
Man, no, that's it. I thought it was before. Can you stick something under there to hold it up for you?
Hey, Brad. Find that one.
That was great. Had it on backwards.
least you didn't throw paint in your face.
These pieces here, they hold a cup holder or something. They went right up here in the front. I mean, we can put them in, but they look pretty rough. You want to turn the seat over, Wes? Put the tracks on?
You don't want to put the side panels on?
Yeah. I mean, we can put them on anytime. Hit your socket, Wes. Whatever it is. I don't know.
That's it. It's the one with the bit in it.
Hold on, we'll find it. Here's the ratchet. I mean, the wrench.
Well, the socket's the 10mm right there.
So let's take and put the covers on right now.
Swap the bit out of that. And each cover had the 2 screws in the cover. It ain't on.
This right here is supposed to cover that back up once you put this on.
Always take the screw out, slide it up in, under it,
Me.
and then put the screw in.
There we go. these right here, I'm not 100% sure. I don't think they would leak. It looks like they got a big flange on it.
Go get a package today.
They're by the door. Outside.
There we go. So that's that. This is the go to the motor right here for the pump the seats up and back.
There should have been another one.
Waiting for the seat belt.
Oh, that's right.
They're
It is
on
on
the
the
seat
seat belt.
This right here is a little strap made for so the seat don't go up too far. Sometimes you got to look at the old one.
Oh, the old one's right there in the floor.
Yeah. Look at the old one and see where it went. Man, where did it go? Is this it? Right there. Upside down. I think. And this part right here gets me. I'm thinking it was right in here maybe.
That's the original.
Let's see.
Okay.
I'm not 100% sure, but I'm thinking right here. Man, that big right there. Right there. Right there. All right. So that's it. That's how long it takes. If you like the video, if you don't like the video, you don't have to watch it. You can fast forward through it and get the good parts that you want to see. And that's how, this is actually how it's done. It's unedited. This is how long it takes. You might think that whenever you watch an edited video, you might think that you just jump in there and do it real quick. It ain't real quick. It's never been real quick. And this is the end results. This is what I think that if you want to learn, then watch. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.